In 2007, Linda Stone noticed something when she sat down at her work desk.
And then I would go to my computer and I would notice that I had completely stopped breathing.
She was intrigued and started an informal study of around 200 people.
About 80% of them had what I call email apnea.
What she saw was, firstly, a lot of bad posture in front of screens.
The other thing that happens is whenever you feel the emotion of anticipation or surprise, you inhale. And then at the computer, you don't exhale because you see emails flooding in. You start thinking, I should have done that 2 days ago. I need to call this person. I better do this.
Basically, we're office email snipers, holding our breath to steady our aim before pulling the trigger. The problem is, many of us are doing this all day, every day. Email apnea eventually became screen apnea because we're also doing this with our phones and tablets. But Linda's study also found that 20% of people she tested didn't have screen apnea. They were athletes, a test pilot, and dancers. So, what have they got that we haven't?
Well, joining us now is breathing expert Tanya Clifton-Smith. That's a good question, Tanya. What do those people have that the rest of us don't?
Well, they may have had something called entrainment. We know with elite athletes, what differentiates them between sub-elite is that they have got brilliant cadence, which means breathing body movement. So they breathe well and move well. Pilots probably have learnt to be very cool customers when they're doing their work, as well as anyone else in certain professions. Yeah.
Tanya, is this really a thing? I'm certainly not an athlete, I'm a stand-up comic, but sometimes when I go on stage, I find myself gasping, even though I'm not puffed.
Yes, of course, when you're nervous, you're going to hold your breath. When you're standing in a supermarket queue, you're probably trying to remember what you need, you'll hold your breath. So it actually is quite a common thing. Now, I'd like you all to try something we call the type test. So if you all sit there and just pretend that you're either texting or typing, can you do that now? Mm-hmm. And if you start now, start typing, start texting, go, 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 stop. What have you done?
Oh, I held my breath.
I did too. I breathed out and then left it.
I held my breath.
I just stopped breathing while I was typing, yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Okay, so is it worth trying to stop doing this then? Is there any cure?
Well, cure is an interesting word, GC, but what I'd say is it's about awareness. I mean, one thing clinically I've found is we've lost awareness of probably our physical bodies, and in the amount of times I'd probably have to say when someone into the clinic, are you aware that you're holding your breath and your shoulders are tight and tense? And we've got no idea we're doing that. So number one is awareness. It's just being aware that when you're intensely focusing on something, you know, emails, texting, computers, because that's what we use a lot. Even cameramen, I've picked up a lot of cameramen that do this, or even artists doing fine work. Just be aware occasionally to stop, breathe out, breathe, stretch and move. So awareness is number one. You can set reminders, little beeps, just to remind yourself to breathe out. Our famous motto at Bradcliffe is, when in doubt, breathe out. Yeah, it works. It really works.
Oh, Tanya, great chat. Thanks so much for your time.
Okay, thank you, team. Breathe well.
Kia ora, welcome to the project. Look, Justine Smith's here. Justine, when in doubt, breathe out.
Well, I have a lot of doubt, so I'd probably be walking around like this with nowhere the whole time. I get a bit anxious when my phone rings. I mean, I know it's a phone, but I'm like,
Yeah.
you better just text me.
Have you thought about putting it on silent?
I always have it on silent, but I can hear it vibrating.
Okay, I was just trying
It's interesting that nature has made us like this, isn't it? That when something stressful is happening, we stop breathing.
Yeah.
I presume it comes back from, you know, if you're hunting a saber-toothed tiger, then you want to be very still when you see it.
Maybe.